If you own a seal coating business, then you know how important it is to price jobs accurately, fast, professionally, and most importantly, profitably. But figuring out how to price your services can be tricky because you've got a lot of things to consider, like your overhead and everything that comes with that, your equipment cost, insurance, gas, marketing. Way too much to cover in this video, but you also need to know your market, and all this comes into play when you're quoting jobs. And if you don't know your numbers, you can't accurately quote, and you could be losing money without even realizing it. So in this video, I'm going to break it all down. First is how to price your seal coating jobs properly so you're not leaving money on the table. Second, it's how to create and send professional estimates quickly and easily so you don't lose jobs to your competition. And third, the best way to streamline the entire process so you aren't wasting time with a bunch of paperwork that keeps you from focusing on the most important things like growing your business. And stick around until the end because I'm going to show you a trick that's going to help you get more customers, rank higher on Google, and piss off your competition. So let's get started. Before we even get into sending estimates, let's talk about pricing. Every seal coating business is different, and your pricing needs to reflect your unique cost. If you're just throwing out random numbers trying to undercut your competition, you're setting yourself up for failure. Here's what you need to consider when setting your prices. Your overhead costs. This includes equipment, gas, maintenance, insurance, and any employees may have. Your market. Pricing in a small town will be different from pricing in a major city. Profit margins. You're not just covering expenses, you're running a business. Your pricing should ensure that you're making a profit on every job. Now that we've got that covered, let's go into actually how to price a seal coating job step by step using QuoteIQ, which if you don't know is an all-in-one tool for business owners like yourself. At its core, it's a CRM, but it's got a bunch of different features, some of which will be used in this video, specifically the Map Measurement Pro feature, estimate creation, and its business management functions. If you're interested in trying it for yourself, I put a link in the comment section and the description of this video so you can try it for free, but let's get into it. So when you get a call from a potential customer, the first thing you need to do is measure the property. You could drive out of the location, walk the property, and make manual measurements, or you could do it in seconds using QuoteIQ's Map Measurement Pro feature. So I'm going to hop on the computer and show you how to do it. So here I am in QuoteIQ. The first thing I'm going to do is go over to estimates and create an estimate so we can send it over to our customer. So now I'm going to add a new customer here. When creating contact, you can fill in their first name, their last name. You can enter their email address, their phone number, where you got the lead from, whether that be Google, a postcard, email, referral. You can also add notes into the contact, and you can enter in their address. So I'm going to press save. And then here we will start creating our estimate. Here you can enter in the square foot price, the square foot area, and a flat rate. You can also choose between measuring out the property or an hourly rate. And like I said before, there's a bunch of different things you need to consider for your pricing. On the low end, seal coating services typically range between 14 and 25 cents per square foot for parking lots. And for a standard residential driveway, pricing typically ranges between 15 and 23 cents per square foot, which usually ranges around $150 to $400 per driveway. If you're in a high demand area with lower competition, you can charge towards the higher end, but if there's a lot of competition, you may need to price more aggressively to win jobs. Another important pricing factor is your minimum price per job. Every service-based business should have a minimum price that covers the cost of travel, the setup, the labor, even if the job is small. So since neither I nor my hypothetical customer knew the square foot pricing of his parking lot, I'm going to go over to this feature right here and press this button. This allows us to map out and measure the exact square foot pricing of his parking lot. So let's go through the process. The Map Measure Pro feature is super convenient. You can measure any job remotely, which saves a ton of time. You can do square foot area or linear measurements, like if you wanted to measure out parking lot stripes, but it's a game changer. I mapped out the entire parking lot, and up here you can see the square foot area and the perimeter. The square foot area came out to 38,000 square feet. So once I've collected that, I can press save to estimate. And based off the price we put in, this would be a $4,600 job. Here we can adjust the price per square foot manually, or we can set a flat rate that aligns more with industry standards. So I feel good with this price, so I'm going to press next and go on to the update estimate page. Here you can adjust any taxes you need. If they self-scheduled online through InstaQuote, we can check this off, but they did not. And the required signature button means that they have to sign off on the estimate when you send it. You can also add a footer for estimates. You can add any terms and conditions. Here, this is where you can upload your customer contract, but I'm just going to use a preset one and save as default. You can also add any photos you need to. And here's a preview of our estimate. We can send this over through link, text it through the app, through email. We could also print out a PDF if that's what Steve wants. So I'm happy with how this estimate looks, so I'm going to press save and exit. And once the customer accepts the estimate, then it's time to schedule the job. Now, a lot of seal coating jobs struggle with scheduling, whether it's for getting appointments, overbooking, or losing track of jobs. And that's why having an organized system is key. Inside QuoteIQ, you can schedule jobs directly on the calendar. You can assign each job to an employee if you have a crew, and you get automated reminders for every single estimate. It shows when your customer opens the estimate and if they pay the invoice. On this screen, we can view the invoice. We can add in any additional services that we need to, or we could delete a service if Steve wanted to remove a service. It shows all of our billing information if we wanted to add in a discount or any tax rates or convenience fees. We can also set up a recurring invoice, but I'm not going to do that here. Now we're ready to schedule the job. So I'm going to press schedule and I'm going to choose a date and time. We're going to do Friday the 14th. And then we're going to choose a time which will show up at. So I'm going to say from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. is when they can be expecting us to show up, and I'm going to press confirm schedule. Now, if we go over to the schedule box and it's waiting for our input to either decline or say that it's paid, we can also go over to the calendar and see that our job is scheduled here. Here we can start a timer to see how long we take at the job. We can also alert the customer when we're on the way to the job, and we can click this once the job is complete. This is the email automation section. These are the templates for when your estimate was created. So you have a few different options that are just preloaded into QuoteIQ for multiple different things. 1 day after the estimate was created, 3 days after, and then maybe 6 days after. If they haven't accepted it, you can send a 15% discount. You can also go over to the estimate scheduled section and send reminders. Same with estimate declined and invoice paid. So you can do 30 minutes after, you can send them to your review page, or 3 months later, you can do a $75 off 3-month follow-up. So just a recap of QuoteIQ's invoicing system, you can see which invoices are unpaid, overdue, or paid in full at a glance through any of these sections. You can send reminders to clients who haven't paid yet automatically through the email automation, and you can also attach customer contracts to invoices to keep everything in writing. Another important feature of QuoteIQ is our pre-inspection forms. Here you can do a pre and post inspection and take pictures of the job site to completely protect your business. You can create before and after pictures that you can send to the customers or use for marketing or however you want to use before and after pictures. It's all saved in a job archive, so you can always go back and view any pictures you took at the job. Here is our pre-inspection template. You can go through and change anything you want. This is just the one we use. It's a pre-made one. So before every job, you would go through and check, yes, we covered the front door with plastic. No, they did not have. You go through every single one, you can take pictures and add any type of notes you need to. So the trick I promised you at the beginning of the video is called the review multiplier. And with every single invoice you send through QuoteIQ, after the customer pays, they will be redirected to your Google review page, which is going to help you get Google reviews, rank higher than all your competitors, and make sure that you get more customers. And that is built into QuoteIQ, so you don't have to do a single thing. So you can start getting reviews on autopilot. So we went over how to price seal coating jobs properly using Map Measurement Pro, how to send professional estimates that customers can approve instantly, how to schedule jobs and track payments effortlessly, and how to attach contracts and pre-inspection photos to every single invoice, and how the review multiplier helps you get reviews on autopilot and gets you more customers. So if you want to try out this software for yourself, I will leave a link in the comment section and the description of this video so you can try it out for free. I'll see you in the next one.